Hi, everybody.
Well, hey, everybody. I'm sorry, my screen is behind it. I'm watching his new opening. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Me.
Mr. O and me, Banshee.
Abrupt much?
And our spooky wheel has returned.
Your assumptions
Thank you,
are
Violet.
wrong.
Did everybody hear that? It said your assumptions are wrong.
So we are in the holiday or Halloween holiday spirit here at TFT, as you can see by the opening. Just temporary for the month, of course,
Yep.
and other embellishments.
Had to dust it off very badly with my hands when I saw how much dust was on it. I was like, oh no. Caught.
So good to see everybody.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
And in honor of Halloween, I have literally
all spooky decks.
all spooky decks.
I trumped him.
Not even all of my spooky decks, but about 6 or 7 of them, including 1 or 2 that I have not used yet on the show. So that will be fun.
Well, I've removed a couple decks and added a couple more. I brought out the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot again. And what's the other one I brought out, Mr. O? Oh, the Everyday Witch Tarot, of course.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to bring that one out yet.
Oh, I decided it's time.
I see.
All right, amongst the many I have here to use. But anyway, we are still using our Season of the Witch Samhain Oracle by, illustrated by Jade Rose, written by Lorraine Anderson, Juliette Diaz.
Hi,
Angel Rivera, good to see you.
Happy Halloween.
We're in the Halloween spirit here. We're getting there. I wore my Halloween sweatshirt just because it's cold.
I have a sweater on over a sweatshirt because it's cold.
Mr. O, they can be read reversed, remember, so pick a card for us. A card. Jeez, oh, Pete's. And that's one we had, I think, or I had recently. Divination, but this time it's upright. I think when we had it, it was reversed. What number is that?
14.
Yeah, this is very familiar. And of course, I cannot find it. There. Getting there, getting there. They're all in alphabetical order. All right, the guidance, reflection, and insight are the keys. Take a breath. Take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. Cards, tea leaves, coffee, clouds, candlelight, flowers. There are dozens of ways to embrace the art of divination. A practice used to seek guidance from the divine and part of a witch's toolkit for centuries. It's a beautiful practice that can help you see beyond what is immediately in front of you. It can show you hidden dangers and gifts, provide new ideas, and shut down old ones. Divination is a way to seek the advice of the powers that be while also showing hidden dangers and truths. If we've pulled divination, we are being asked to explore our abilities to receive guidance from the earth and, the divine. Now it's time to go deeper in your practice, and you must learn to trust in your own ability to feel your way into messages, as well as your ability to interpret them. This card also means there's a need to take more time to reflect. It can be easy to get lost in the day-to-day without taking time to process everything you've been through. Something as simple as pulling a single card every day, either in the morning or evening, can help you make sense of the events around you. It can help you to see things that you overlooked or consider something you would never have otherwise. And like they said, Divination can take many forms, signs, symbols, synchronicity, what keeps coming up in your life, what's trying to get noticed. More importantly, when you use your divination tools, the tools have meanings, clearly. They have their own meanings. But it's how you feel about the card you've pulled that's really the important key here. What are your feelings telling you? What do you feel within? Always, always trust your gut.
And remember, if you don't want to do your own divination, just look for our daily cards and oracles of the day.
Well, there you go. All right. So we have Angel Rivera and Foxy has shown up. Hi there, guys. I know about Angel already.
All right.
All right. So, oh yeah, Victoria's got a birthday coming up. It's next Sunday. Can we do it for you Thursday? And you know what? If you can't make it to Thursday night's show, it'll be the first reading that we do. So you'll know where to find it. It comes right after our card for the collective, Ms. Victoria. And we'll be happy to do it for you. You don't have to be present to win. I mean, to get a birthday reading. Oh, no problem at all. We love doing it. It just looks like a busy show today. So if we could do it Thursday, sometimes if we have more notice, I should have remembered your birthday's coming up.
And actually, Mr. Maurice, we're just getting to doing the reading.
Yeah. Okay, well then you are right on time. We just got done with our card for the collective and you are first on the list, Mr. M. So let's get rolling. I'm
All right, so
shuffling
I
up
have my Dark Grimoire Tarot.
Alrighty.
And let's have that question again.
Oh, it's about his job in general? Just what we're seeing about his job in general?
Yes.
I do remember it.
Okay, great. I have it. Thanks, Violet. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily. We'll get you on the list, too.
It's filling up quick.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, I'm not going into much overtime today because at 4:45 p.m. the Lions game is starting. And I've already made my prediction, and this was a toughie. I went with the Lions. Maybe I'm showing a little bias there, but those cards for both teams were not very good. And so overall, I gave them the edge, but it's going to be a very tight game, I feel. Lions are playing the Buccaneers today. Tampa
All
Bay.
right. Card 1 for Mr. Maurice. What do the cards show in general for the new current job? And it's the reverse King of Swords.
Ooh. That was our card of the day today. I had a lot of not so good things to say about that one.
It's followed by the reversed Seven of Pentacles,
Oh boy.
which is not so bad necessarily.
Well,
Okay, I'll let you have at it.
maybe.
And then there's another king. It's upright. It's the upright King of Wands.
Okay, let's get the Lenormand on this because that might be helpful. We got the Sun, which is always positive, and the Sun is with Sir Pumpkinhead. That would be you, Mr. M. Even if you don't resemble a pumpkin head. But, it's the Halloween Lenormand, after all. Well, let's talk about this a little bit. There could be some individual on this job. It could be a male. I'm not going to rule that out. Who may be a little bit difficult to get along with, struggling with them a little bit here. Or this could be within yourself. There may be some things on this job, I'm thinking, that might frustrate you to some extent, might make you even angry, So try to just focus on the prize. What are you trying to get out of this job, As opposed to getting into any petty squabbles, fights, or arguments, or worrying about other people who may not have your best interests at heart. You keep your nose to the grindstone, and I think you'll get through that King of Swords. But it's not a very happy energy.
So I look at the King of Swords and I think that, it could represent, like Banshee said, somebody that maybe you don't like as a possible boss or supervisor, or somebody whose energy doesn't match yours, in the sense that maybe they're always sort of trying to override your suggestions or your input. Pick a fight. That could be a way of seeing that. So I do sort of see that there, but it doesn't seem to be the main course of things. It just may be antagonistic person that you deal with. And, well, haven't we all had enough of that?
Do you want to go ahead with the second?
So
if you do that,
the second card is the Seven of Pentacles, and I guess there's a couple ways that could go. It could be sort of saying, like, there's fruit rotting on the vine, like there's something that should have been taken care of, and now it's sort of is, losing its vitality or its ability to be viable. But another way of looking at it too, hi Alicia, is that maybe this is saying that you're moving from a period of just watching things move, and now you're going to be moving to a more active role. It is, one way or the other, a call to a more active role. Either you have to try to salvage what is, decaying, or you have to just push ahead in general.
Are you still on the 7?
Yes.
Yeah, good points, because this card really talks about, after considerable thought, you plan your moves wisely. What is your next move's going to be here? Are you going to cut and run from situations that may not be ideal? Or are you going to work it out? Are you going to try to just stick your nose to the grindstone and make this work for you? It depends on what your goals truly are right now. And so focus on that. Focus on that as opposed to, things that might be going on within the workplace in general. Maybe even whatever's going on here with this King of Swords doesn't necessarily directly impact you, but it could. You know what it is. When you have one person that upsets the apple cart, everybody gets affected one way or another. So I feel here that, your moves, just carefully determine what is in your best interests here and focus on that.
Well, I would go back to the King of Swords for a minute and just suggest that it is possible, too, that you yourself are maybe too discriminating, too discerning, and maybe, you're sort of being a little more picky about work conditions or situations. So maybe, you're just sort of meeting a little resistance because of that, or maybe, it is possible that you're being more sensitive to it. So only you can decide for yourself if that's appropriate or not. Just wanted to mention it. But we do arrive at the upright King of Wands, and that seems to salvage a lot of this reading, or at least put it in the best possible outcome light. The idea that you seem to be mastering things, and that you're also moving ahead in terms of maybe feeling like you have a network around you. You have either the career co-workers or partners that you need. This could also pertain to, your personal life as well, but I sort of see it more about
it's
your
definitely relating to
career
this.
life.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it shows you have the courage, the strength to rise above any kind of petty BS that's going on, and also this shows a successful person in business. So, and you couple that with the energy of the Lenormand, which we'll be reading in a moment. I think that it all points to success here for you, you achieving what you really want out of this. And, it also shows your ability to rise above, some of this pettiness, but not only that, to stand out, in a positive manner.
I'm glad you brought that up, and I appreciate the feedback too, Mr. Maurice. That Seven of Pentacles there could be saying now too is the time that those, bill problems or things like that you mentioned, you're really going to be able to focus on them more too now, because that's what that means too, is finding time to work on stuff.
Let's face it, Mr. M, you, right there as Mr. Pumpkinhead, are with the sun. The sun is success. The sun is, happiness, joy. It seems as though, you are on a path to achieving what you need to achieve. And so really, overall, I think whatever this is very, very muted compared to the rest of the reading here, It's going to be an annoyance. There's going to be some things that are going to get under your skin on this job. Make no mistake about that. But you know what? you're bigger than all of that in the end.
Well-
and you're going to get your goals. You're going to achieve what you want.
And we understand too that not always are the court cards meaning an actual person too. So this could just be that kind of vibration or energy. The idea of saying, that really you are resolving this stuff.
Well, that's why I said to curb temper and different things in the
Yeah.
beginning. It could be, some anger and some stuff within yourself. If things are getting under your skin, deep down you can rise above that. You can do that.
All right.
So wishing you luck. Looks
Good
good,
luck.
Mr. M. We're on Lena now. Let's keep moving.
Yes, boss.
Yes. And, there's my cards. I'm going to use the Haunted House
All
tarot
right.
right now. And Lena has asked for a love reading for the next 4 months. Do we see anyone new coming in? Let's see. You're very welcome, Mr. M.
You're
I
welcome.
wondered if that was going to connect with you. Hey, every job has its little challenges, and oftentimes it's with the people.
Where's my deck?
Didn't I give you one?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, I meant to give you this one this week. The Malefique.
Oh, okay. The one I keep calling the Diabolique.
Whatever.
I have called it that.
You have.
Not realizing.
All right. Well, okay. 4 months, love. Anybody new coming in? Well, we have the Empress reversed. But, interestingly enough, we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And then we have the Page of Wands upright. Well, Lena, I can't exactly necessarily see a person. Maybe I do. But I do. Go ahead. Let's see what you've got there. Oh, a broom.
The whip and broom.
Right. Bottom or whatever. Ooh. Oh.
I've already pulled them.
Movement.
The ship.
Travel. So there's a couple of things here, Lena. 4 months. I don't know if you're planning on taking a trip in 4 months. Travel might be involved with you finding someone new, or maybe this indicates someone from a distance moving swiftly into your life in some way. I almost feel like something may happen here after, but like it may, again, I know we've told you this before, and it's not that we're hedging our bets per se on this, but, with the Empress reversed here, I'm almost sensing to myself that it may take a little bit of time for this to unfold. Like, for example, the better part of 4 months, but it will potentially happen during this time frame that your fortunes in love and relationships are going to change for the better. It's almost like a chance meeting or something, just you're at the right place at the right time, you meet someone new. I feel here that this Page of Wands could indicate an invitation or a message, maybe something leads to a date, being arranged or set up. It looks positive to me in that regard. I'm just running through because it's like bam for me.
I know, it really feels like it's bam,
Yeah.
Lena. It feels like it's a whirlwind kind of thing. I don't think that
Okay.
this is the courtship so much as the prospects sort of forming into a direct course of action that will become the romance. I feel
Unless
like you
it
will
involves travel or movement, that ship.
Yeah, but I feel you are moving towards this relationship. You're moving maybe to be with this relationship. And I think it's after considerable consideration that you really are at that point where you need to take care of yourself first, that it's not about anybody else, but really pleasing yourself. Now, you feel like you've waited long enough, and lo and behold, there just seems to be some sort of good fortune with a message, a communication. It may be in response to other feelers or ideas you're putting out into the universe, or it's just fate in a way.
Honestly, it looks really positive for something new opening up for you. There's movement, and it could be swift, with the ship and the whip and the broom here. It could happen all of a sudden. Just be advised, sometimes the broom can have a little bit of neutral to negative qualities about it, like things moving too fast. So, just be cautious. I feel here, though, that it's more about something happening suddenly, and there may be some distance involved with this. Like, if the person isn't at a distance, or you're not on a trip traveling, maybe this person was born in another country. It could be somebody, from another land who you meet that, is different from your normal. That's sort of what I'm speculating here, prognosticating.
It's interesting that it seems to fall into this possible 4-month routine here. So good luck with that.
Wishing you luck, Lena. I like the sounds of this. All right. Hey, Flower Beauty's up. And an interesting question. You have limited funds to invest in business. Will it be sustainable and make me good money, or should you drop the idea and continue with jobs, contract work? Well, you know what? Let's do the 2 and 2 on this. It is one question, but I think we ought to look at both sides of this. And I just want to say, Flower Beauty, these are, our cards. We're not financial advisors. Don't take this to the bank necessarily. Might be good to consult with a financial advisor or somebody with some financial acumen that you may know, to maybe see if you're in a good position right now.
I was looking for the disclaimer notice.
But, we were happy to offer tarot advice and see what the cards have to say. All right.
All right, so I'm going to use my Gothic Tarot. As I mentioned earlier, I'm using my horror-themed, and maybe a little bit whimsical Halloween, too, somewhere in there. Because we are in the spirit of Halloween here at TFT.
Yes, we are. We were just at a witchy house doing readings on Friday night.
Thank you,
We
Flower.
had an interesting reading ourselves. We exchanged readings with a psychic there, a psychic medium, and
Right, their name is Sandra, and I don't know if they're particular to our area, but it was a fascinating reading.
it really was, and it really confirmed some things that Mr. O has always felt about our past lives. More than me, he had a beat on this.
Yeah.
He felt that we were siblings in past life, and this person said we've had several like that,
And we've even been twins.
and that we have shared at no less than 14 lives together, which we are not surprised about.
Oh, that's nice to know. Yes.
No,
you're
it was
right.
not well, she did throw tarot in there, but she did a lot without the cards.
Flower Beauty, you're very right. And guess what? Just today, I was invited to come to a festival about that. I guess they were also going to throw in teaching us how to dance Garba. I hope I said that right. So it was very interesting. Unfortunately, I already have another engagement that night, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go. But it's part of my interfaith work. I know people in the local area Hindu temple, which name also I probably can't pronounce correctly. Anyways.
I guess we do keep finding each other. And but the weird thing about this was this psychic got onto something that I've always felt about one of my past lives without any prodding. She said something about, I said, I just said this, I always had a affinity for some area. And this is, she knew us as our real names, not my Banshee name. And she immediately said Ireland. And I'm like, yeah, I can't remember my past life there. I have little snippets of scenes from there. I said, but I feel like I'm really lived in Ireland. I feel it very strongly. She caught it.
And that was a life that supposedly we were twins together.
And I died first.
And we've been twins of the same gender before too. So we've been like either male twins or female twins. She even indicated that we were triplets once, that we had a third person.
Hey Mo, I think we can get you in. I'm not keeping count right now.
All right, so getting back to Flower Beauty, who's very patient, and I loved mentioning that. I loved hearing about that festival too. You're reading
2 more, I think. Yep, Mo, you are on.
I wanted to look at the question again.
Oh, go ahead.
Should I drop the idea and continue with jobs contacts? So you're asking about whether or not you can invest, whether you're good. And so this is what I pulled.
And I mentioned it, but we got sidetracked. We were supposed to do 2 and 2 on this reading.
Oh.
2 and 2.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, because
You
I
want
only
me to
pulled
redo
1
it?
and 2, seeing you do it. I think we should reshuffle and concentrate for Flower.
Yes.
Sorry about that. We got so excited about this reading. It was done for us. We're going to focus on you now, Flower.
Sorry
So
about
we're going
that,
to do
Flower.
this. The way we're going to do this, let me just get it straight with you. The first one is invest the funds in business or continue with jobs contracts.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. It's not about us today. It's about you guys. I saw it, Violet. We'll go up to 2 more, but no more than that. And we're going to have to get rolling. We're only on reading 3. Yakka,
All right.
yakka, yak. All right.
Invest or stick with contacts. And then the second
Contracts.
one, contracts, sorry. And then the second one,
Okay, invest. Contracts. Look at that.
talk about a contract.
Contracts. Oh, okay. I want to know all these cards. They don't all look so great. What's the invest? Let's work there first.
Okay, so that was, in fact, the reversed Ten of Swords
Okay.
and the Tower reversed,
Ooh.
which they kind of contradict
They
a little
almost cancel each other out.
bit. In a way, yeah.
Which is a little bit worrisome, Flower. So make sure you are not stabbing yourself in the back by, doing something you're not ready for financially. I think that's the real key here. And with the Tower reversed, don't repeat cycles from the past that have not worked well for you. Whatever's happening with this business venture you want to pull off, you have to make sure you do things differently now, that you have learned lessons from maybe past failures in your life, whatever they may have been. They may not have even been business related ones, but there are valuable lessons there for you. And heal from that, not making the same mistakes twice. You have to be prepared. And the Book of Shadows is there with the dog, which is the cat in this deck, the black cat, and it's indicating, research is your friend. Maybe getting more opinions on this and advice, business advice, financial advice would be good to do before you venture off.
I'm wondering if you're already getting some ideas or signals, symbols, dreams, etc., that are maybe telling you this isn't the right time to do this, because I sort of feel like those cards up there, the Tower reversed and the Ten of Swords, are indicating that there are some things, this is fraught with trouble. The idea that maybe you can pull out of it, but that there's something that you're still not understanding, and so you're maybe creating a cycle where it may happen to you again and again. Investments, this is my opinion, maybe are really dubious at this point. You have to do your research well, and you have to stick with maybe your best possible advice, because there's some fungible ideas going on there, and whether or not you really are understanding that process. So that's on the investment side.
On on the other side with the, is that the Four of Wands?
It's the 5.
It's the Five of Wands.
And it's reversed.
It's reversed. And then the Two of Swords, upright.
Yes.
Well, it's not a perfect world here either, per se, but I almost feel as though things might be, how do I want to say this? This is tough.
The competition may drive some amount of
it's
movement.
Wands. I was thinking of cups, and I know you said wands. Go on.
Yeah. Well, it may drive some amount of movement that might actually result in, a better contract or a new contract. And some of this is going to be kind of like a waiting game because you don't want to let too much competition or too much energy activity affect your judgment.
Do you know how those cards contradict it? So do those in a way.
In a way they do,
I mean,
yeah.
on the one hand, the 5 is saying maybe you feel like things are really, the competition's kind of hard to handle there. And, you feel like maybe you're at a stalemate, like you're not drawing enough business here. And the ghost ship in the letter to me kind of indicates that you want to move away from this, you want to move on from the contracts because the letter is contracts, and I see movement, almost like movement away.
Okay.
So I understand you want to do this, but it is imperative for you to make sure you are ready, that you can handle this right now. I think, it's one of these situations in Life Flower Beauty. I've talked about this on my Material Matters this week that, about risk and cozying up to risk. Sometimes we have to take risks in order to succeed. And maybe you're pretty pulled towards starting the business, but it is risky at this time and you could be jeopardizing your well-being. So try to do some research and some homework on this and see. Both options are not really the best right now, but you're going to have to make a choice.
Right. It may be worthwhile to hang out from making the actual decision and ask us again maybe in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. I'm honestly, I'm kind of looking at these cards and thinking, wow, talk about, not wanting to give me a real definite answer here. Except I think one of the key notes here is caution. Caution and learn from past lessons, learn from past hard lessons that you've had in life for, the proper course of action to take at this time. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Flower Beauty.
Lilith, hey, you are up. Hello?
How can I work on achieving balance and success on all fronts in the next couple of months? Thank you. We are at 20 people, so therefore...
All right, close the list.
The list is closed.
All right, Alyssa, hi there. Let's see. Achieving balance and success on all fronts in the next couple of months. Okay. That's a tall order. Let's see what we get for you. Oh, pin the list is closed, Mr. Oh, you've got it up top there.
I will do it too. Just give me a moment, Vi.
I'm using my Everyday Witch Tarot.
There we go.
Okay, well, we have the World reversed.
Give me a moment.
We have the Queen of Swords upright. Well, there's definitely going to be some advice here. The Empress reversed. Okay, on all fronts. So, while he's shuffling and getting... Well, I guess I'll wait for the Lenormand. I want to see what they are, too. Oh, yeah. Somehow this makes sense. And is that the tower or the mountain?
The garden.
Oh, it's neither.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So, first bit of advice comes from the world is, finish what you've started in order to achieve balance and success. Try not to leave many loose ends, Multitasking can be a difficult, can be, really detrimental sometimes, Sometimes we have no choice and we've really got to divide ourselves up between this, that. But right now, I think the cards are telling you that it is time for you to focus on the things that are left hanging and finish them off. Don't leave loose ends and then move forward to the next in order to achieve the success that you want. What do you think about the world? Let's take this a card at a time.
Sure, I'm sorry, I was adjusting cameras a little bit.
I don't care.
So, can you refresh the question for me?
The question is how she can achieve balance and success on all fronts in the next couple of months.
Ew.
The world reversed.
Well, it almost feels like there's still some things that need to be taken care of to some degree. This is not saying that you won't be able to, but that's definitely going to have to come before you can feel that sense of balance being taken. So you'll have to go back and look at the things that are mostly the major ideas of what you haven't finished or completed. So, from my point of view, a lot of times the way willpower works is that when we really say, oh yeah, I'm going to do something, and then we continually don't, we chip away at our willpower. So a lot of this is really about, validating your sense of your willpower by making sure you follow up and do things. And the Queen of Swords,
yes, if you want to go ahead. I haven't done that yet.
Sort of gives weight towards that idea too, that this is about clarity of thought as well as willpower. And the Queen of Swords goes where she has to go, not because people expect her to, but because she knows it's the right thing. So some of this really is not necessarily falling into the trap of what others think you should do, but really understanding for yourself what you're going to want to do, what you feel will balance you best. And of course, it's good to take advice, but you really have to be the one to really kind of see that, don't be necessarily led by people.
I think here, this is one of the, these next couple months, this is a time to let your head rule over your heart. This is a time to make wise choices and decisions, not necessarily based on, feelings for others, feelings for, letting your feelings get in the way. It's what you have to get done in order to succeed. And sometimes that means you have to make some tough choices, in your life to get the success that you desire. So as Mr. O said, clarity of thought is going to be very important here. And if you let your emotions rule over, your head, that's where things could stumble a little bit. And if you don't mind, that's going to lead me right into the next card.
And that's the Empress?
Yes.
Reversed?
The Empress reversed here is saying, okay, true that. But in all of this, keep yourself the focus, Take care of yourself, nurture your own self and your own needs at this time. It's not selfish sometimes to care for yourself over the needs of others. That may be some of the tough decisions that you may be facing in the months ahead, is juggling the things in your life and prioritizing what it is that really means the most to you at this time. And if others really truly are with you, they're going to understand.
You're kind of saying what I wanted to say, but you're saying it pretty good, because
Okay.
I think this is really important concept here, is that in your own determination of what you need to do to balance or shore up areas of your life, it's really important that you don't downgrade your own feelings here, that others, like I alluded to with the Queen of Swords, don't direct or lead you. And, if you're seeking advice at all, it's good to seek advice, but to not necessarily feel you are obligated to that advice. You're going to really know if having balance means that, yes, you are going to have an extra chocolate chip cookie today because you just feel you need that, despite the fact that others said, oh, well, you got to try, to watch this and watch that.
Well, you know what's funny about all of this is you spoke about the Queen of Swords and advice. I'm not going to rule out that you won't get help from others here too, because you've got the garden and the stars here, and I almost think that in your social network, or maybe with amongst family, there is support for you. There is people who are rooting for you or will support you in some way. If you're looking for supporters, or for example, if you're trying to sell a product or a service, etc., I think remain hopeful, because I think with the garden and the star here, there is hope and support coming from others.
It really feels like the balancing sort of occurs from external events that maybe either inspire you or open you up to resources that maybe you didn't know were there, or are new to you. To me, like, the garden is going into the public or having access to the public, and maybe this is saying that somehow some resources or things that are hopeful, inspiring, just kind of show up for you. So don't forget to interact with your hopeful public as well as the public around you as pertains your situation. Don't be a phony about it, but feel free to just like go there and hang out and see what is inspiring.
That's what we have for you. Wow. Good luck with that. I hope that gave you some of the advice you were looking for. Good luck. All right. Let us move on to Vivi. Hi, Vivi.
What part of me wants to feel seen and accepted? Is that right?
What parts of me wants to be felt, seen, and accepted? Need to be felt, seen, and accepted.
You're welcome, Lilith. Appreciate
you
the
are
feedback.
welcome. All right. This is going to be a challenge. Okay. Gotta think about this in the question here. Okay.
The Eight of Ghosts, that's the Eight of Cups. The Emperor.
Wow.
And the Chariot.
Well, this isn't going to be an easy reading for this question. We'll see what we can do, Vidi. The vampire's the snake, and of course that's the tower.
Did you want me to go first?
No. What part of you, maybe the part of you that wants to look like you are not shallow, you are a deep person, a deep individual, who has a lot of deep thoughts and are deeply reflective. I look at that with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups reversed is always seeking something higher, in other words, you don't want to be looked at somebody who is, for example, I don't know. I don't want to say this. This is not you. I'm just saying you don't want to be seen as somebody who's just skirting the bottom of the barrel here. You want to be seen as somebody who wants more out of life, who's always looking for more out of life.
Well, I was going to say full of life because, of course, I see these 8 ghosts who are looking at the human or the human type, traveling. And of course, the idea that maybe the human is also the fool because of the little cat that's sitting nearby. And so I sort of feel like maybe there's not so much a sense of jealousy, but a sense of expectation or wonder with the ghosts. Like they sort of feel like, here's something with vitality, here's something who's moving towards a goal. And so that's what you want to be seen as, somebody who has ambition to some degree, who feels like they are trying to achieve.
Which probably leads into that Emperor card,
Yes.
but I'm kind of two minds about this here. You know, are you trying too hard to show people that, you know, that you can, I don't know. I mean, I almost sense maybe, you know, you're trying too hard to show people that you are strong and a leader, you know, in your own regard, but that's not really necessary here. I feel too that maybe this could indicate, well, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to say
let
that
you
it's
go.
about the benevolence of being, you know, an honest partner
Wanting to
in,
be
in
an
governance,
oh,
you know.
well,
You know, the idea of somebody who's a good leader, who's somebody who thinks of others, somebody who's willing to work with others and listen to their opinions before they make decisions, perhaps. You know, that to me is kind of the essence of the Emperor card in a way. So I think you want that too. You want to be seen as somebody who's open to listening to people and arriving at, you know, mutual decisions to some degree that are for complex problems.
well, I think you definitely covered the good area I wanted to go in, you know, so I don't have much to add there. But, you know, I would just caution that, you know, it's not so important to stand out amongst others right now as you may feel. Maybe there's a part of you that wants recognition, you know, that really will be better suited and built up over more time, you know. That's all. I don't feel anything super bad with this card because it's a positive card. And it's like Mr. O said, you want to be seen in more benevolent light. What is the other one following?
This one?
Yes.
The Chariot.
Oh, that's right. It's a chariot. And see, well, God, this is a really
Being in
interesting
charge,
reading.
being able to, you know, kind of work with a number of people. And once again, you know, it's even more the Emperor than the Emperor, you know, because the Chariot is really talking about somebody who has drive and motivation and will see things through to the end. Somebody who's not a quitter, somebody who really knows what's at stake in achievement or in pursuit of a goal or a victory.
Well, I was almost going to say you want to be seen as a mover and a shaker because of the Chariot and the Emperor in a way, you know, but you got to be ready to do so. Don't deceive yourself here. I'm looking at the snake that's coming ahead in the Lenormand. But, you know, the thing about the Chariot is you want to know, you want people to recognize your skills. You know, you want to recognize, you know, that your skills can take you places, you know, or should be taking you places right now. And I don't know, when I look at the Lenormand, the tower, and the snake, I'm kind of getting the feeling here is maybe sometimes you feel, you know, that you are all alone in feeling the way you do about yourself. You know, that there's a part of you that is not being recognized or seen. There's so many people who feel maybe a slight void in that regard in their life. It's not so much important as how people, you know, as how people see you. It's so don't deceive yourself in that regard. It's how you see yourself. You know, it's really all about how you see yourself.
I agree with that, but I do think that maybe this card is saying it's possible that, you know, there's a hard win for you to make with certain people because they are deceptive to you. They may be your friends, but you're not really sure yet. And these are most likely people that are in your more structured life. So it could be where you work at or your neighborhood if there's an involvement there, or any kind of situation where maybe people interact on some level. It could be that, you know, you do feel there are, you know, distrustful people there.
Snakes in the grass, as they say.
All right.
All right, well, I wish you luck with that, Viddy. This was a toughie, but a good question.
Good luck, Biddy.
Thank you. I'm going to use this,
And Christine is up.
my Darkwoods Tarot. I'd
Hello,
like to know
Mr.
about getting
Owen
a
Banshee.
job offer this month or next. Okay.
You're welcome.
Well, do you want to do 2 and 2 on that? and just see if the likelihood of this month or next comes out?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Let's see what we get, Christine. And there could end up being challenges in both, and that'll be the answer. Or maybe both will look good. Let's take a look.
Oh, I'm glad you like that, Viddy. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Viddy.
You're always welcome. You are too, Christine. Thank you.
All right.
So, Banshee Show was really watched well this morning.
Holy moly.
Good financial information as we're moving into the fall season here. It's the Material Matters. It's on at 10 o'clock a.m. Sunday morning, so check it out. Like I said, a lot of people tuned in this morning. Maybe you should too.
Okay, let's see what the prospects are for this month. Interesting. I have the Two of Swords upright. And the Page of Swords upright. Two swords. So right off the bat, I'd say there might be some challenges. Remember, there's only two.
Oh, that's on this side, right?
No. Those are together. I gave you one side. So that is about this month. Let's tackle this month and see what you have.
Okay. The Two of Swords and the Page of Swords.
Yep.
All right.
So that's why I'm saying there's some challenges this month.
I'll say because we have the clouds.
Wow, and that's interesting with the sword cards. We'll talk.
And we have the birds.
All right. The Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. It's interesting to me. It's as if you're trying to get, send messages out, maybe send resumes out, maybe send notices out. You feel like you're ready to tackle these interviews. You've got a lot to say, but I don't know whether things are stagnating or you're doing some interviews and you're not getting responded back. There's uncertainty here, and the uncertainty is with the clouds and the birds. It's almost as if communications aren't clear or clearly defined. Maybe people aren't getting back to you, people aren't answering, or people aren't calling you about the jobs you've applied for. Even though you are doing everything you can to try to make it work, it just seems like things are at a standstill this month.
Is that the upright Two of Swords?
Yes, it is.
Well, I also have this feeling, Christine, that maybe to some degree this is not necessarily a good prospect here, that maybe you understand, the jobs you're applying for, the jobs that might seem interested, but you don't necessarily feel as favorable about them. Maybe you're waiting for something else. However, you are looking at them diplomatically, gracefully, but maybe you're already getting indications that there are some things maybe that you won't like there. It might be the culture or the social environment. I'm just sort of picking up something that maybe sort of is depressing you. A job being a job, says that maybe, you might take it just because you have to.
Did you cover the Lenormand too? You did, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was
so let
kind
me
of the
move
whole
on
thing.
because this is going to get interesting. We have for next month, we have the Seven of Cups reversed, along with the Six of Pentacles upright. And what do you have for the Lenormand?
Now, do I reshuffle or do I just go again?
Just take them again. Yeah, that's the way I do it.
So the stars shows up. I'll put that one
That's
there.
fine.
I'm just trying to decide where they go.
Let's go.
And the heart.
Wow. I'm hoping it's next month, Christine. This looks a lot more promising. To me, that's not to say that maybe something can't happen by the end of this month that you don't get an offer for till the start of next month. I mean, I can almost see that happening here because you got the Seven of Cups reversed. It's almost as if somebody is making a choice or a decision. That could be you deciding on a job offer, or that could be you getting an offer, somebody making that choice to select you for the job, right?
Well, there's a lot of potential there because it looks like it's something you really desire. There's something really feeling good about that choice or that situation.
And it's the Six of Pentacles. It almost feels like this is a job that will compensate you fairly. You know, there's a
Yeah.
real give and take here. When you look at all the pluses and minuses, you know, of this job offer, it all balances out favorably for you.
Well, right, and then agree totally. And then we look at the Lenormand,
Yeah.
and you have the heart influencing the stars, and so you're going to just really love it. You're going to feel like there's growth there, or there's situations that will really be hopeful for you. You're going to just really feel enjoyed about whatever's coming in that next month.
You are, I can't add
Sure
to
hope
that. I mean,
so,
I'm
yeah.
just saying that is like getting a wish fulfilled in a way. You know, I mean, the stars are about wishes and hopes and aspiration, and the heart is something you're really going to enjoy. You're going to feel passionate about. So, all systems go for the month of November. You're going to have to keep us posted, Christine. I hope it works out for you. That's really positive. Hey, and prove us wrong and get that job in October. That would be okay with me. So good luck with that.
Huh.
I don't know, Christine, but hey, just keep pumping those resumes and keep looking for opportunities out there. You know, don't be afraid, you know, to go ahead and do something in another field of interest if you have a feeling about it, you know? All right. All right, so we are on, I think it's Jackie, right?
I believe that's correct.
Yay. And
You're welcome.
question for my turn. There are a few people in my life right now. Do I need to be wary of any of them? There are a few people in my life right now. Do you need to be wary of any of them? Well, let's see if the cards show any kind of negative stuffs there.
Just a regular card pull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my Universal Monsters Tarot. It's
Ooh.
brand new to me. I've only used it once before. That was earlier today for
Yeah.
the Wondrous Sunday Stories.
Somebody bought that for you.
The October edition. Thank you, wife. And of course, Universal Monsters refers to the Universal Studios monster series from the 30s, 40s, and 50s that was so popular, very popular.
And by the way,
Iconic Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy, etc.
I am about to gift you with my Marvel Universe deck.
Yes, you are, because I'm worth it.
I've decided you should have it.
Why, thank you, dear.
Not that I don't like it. Maybe I'll borrow it once in a blue moon. Okay, Violet. You are welcome, Christine. All right, what do we got here?
I'm looking for the question. again.
Oh, again, it's about the people.
Yes.
A few people, and is there some lack of, somebody she should not be trusting?
All right, interesting question, Jackie.
Be wary of.
Okay, so the first card is the reversed Four of Wands. That's the Four of Candles here. Whoops. Turn that back on. Sorry. And then there's the reversed Knight of Wands, Knight of Candles. And they're all candles. The reversed Queen of Wands
Oh,
or
boy.
candles.
All right, here.
Well, you asked the question. Maybe it is in the reading. The haunted house, which is the house, and the gate, which is the mountains.
What did you mean isn't in the reading?
It is in the reading.
It is in the reading, yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
You know, because some of these cards do possibly look like rascals.
Yeah, we put the Knight of Wands and the Queen together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Go ahead, I'll let you go. You wanted to jump on it.
Well, the Four of Wands in itself maybe is normally, okay, reversed. It's not the greatest, but it's not really very bad. You know, it just sort of sounds like maybe there's things going on in. I mean, maybe what this signifies is that it's closer to you than you think, that it's closer to your home life. So maybe somebody who you do know more on a closer basis, you know, i.e. family.
Or friends.
Or friends. The Knight of Wands reversed could indicate somebody who's maybe overly confident or overly cocky, overly full of themselves. They could be a brash sort of personality. It could be a fire sign. Obviously, the energies sort of lean more towards maybe a male, maybe somebody who's a younger male, not necessarily a mature person, but somebody who's skirting the boundary between being a youth and being, you know, grown up. They could be a taunting kind of personality. They could be a reckless kind of personality. I don't know if this is combined with the same personality. I'm just kind of going through them. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Is the Queen of Wands reversed
Sooner the better.
could be that same personality. The Queen of Wands reversed is once again somebody who maybe is egotistical, maybe somebody who's very drawn to their passion to the point of maybe forgetting about other people or riding rough over other people. I'll take a break here.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
All right. Well, I wouldn't mind you going all the way. All right. So, Jackie, this is interesting to me. It could be more than one person. It could be one person. But it could be more than one person. I'm just going to say that. And if it is more than one person, I'll get into that. I'm really leaning towards one. And I'm kind of combining the energies of the Queen of Wands with the Knight. And I'm not going to say it's male or female necessarily, but it is someone who maybe is overcompensating for some insecurities that they have. The Queen of Wands reverse can be kind of an insecure person. You know, and they could act out angrily, you know, or aggressively to cover for their insecurities. And I feel that, you know, it's nothing so much as being personal on you, but it may be just that they could be jealous. They could be just feeling that they have to one-up you in some way, you know, or, you know, so I would watch your back a little bit, but I really don't think it's a major thing. I know you have the mountains and house here, though, and you see, the reason I don't think it's a major thing, let me go back a little bit here, is because of the Four of Wands reversed. The Four of Wands reversed is not necessarily an unhappy card either way. It might be there's little nagging things about this person, you know, that's going to get under your skin, and maybe, yes, you shouldn't trust them as much as, you know, you might the other people around you. I feel here that, you know, the mountains in the house could indicate to me that there could be some obstacles. There could be some sense of a lack of a feeling of trust or security around this person. I'll say that. But I honestly, even with the mountains here, I'm thinking this isn't something you can't handle. And it may not be a deal breaker as far as the relationship goes. It just may make for some uncomfortable moments from time to time.
Right. They may be a person that just merely needs to be straightened out on occasion and then they kind of fall into line. Hopefully that's the case.
See anything else? Did you go in the Lenormand?
Only slightly, and I feel the same way that really with those mountains being before the house, it's kind of like saying you're getting there. It just may be that they're difficult to deal with, and like I said, until maybe, you know, you kind of establish, you know, who's in charge of what.
Wow, okay, you're welcome,
Spot on.
Jackie.
Wow. Thank you. Okay, very interesting.
Good luck with that. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be really bad.
Right, you're not, you know, calling in reinforcements.
Yeah, right. Calling in the cavalry. All right, I'll take my Lenormand, please. And we are on Kara. Hi, Kara. One wants to tell you something. You keep seeing things that makes me think of him. Okay, what does he have to say? Let's see, I think I used my Dark Woods last time. I am on the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. All right, my reading for this one?
Sure.
We watched Loki last night on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was awesome. That was good. I like time time paradox stories, and this is full of them.
We were a little confused because we thought with the previous episode they had kind of went into the situation that they ended up ignoring totally in the new one, or else we misunderstood something.
It was just a bad cut, in my opinion. They ended on a note that I didn't feel they started at with this episode, so it kind of confused me. But I liked it. I thought the episode was great.
Yep, it was.
Uh-oh. The Empress reversed. Odin wants to know why you aren't taking care of yourself, or why you are maybe not producing. Odin wants results. Some tough love here, Kara. Odin wants to see you working, towards the things that matter to you. Not worrying so much about the others in your life. It's time, again, like we mentioned to somebody else here, to focus on you.
Well, it could also be, too, that, Odin wants you to really focus on yourself, not on more superficial things, and I'm, I beat up on the over culture all the time, but Odin could be saying that it's not just about making sure, you have, a new set of clothing or something like that. It's like your spiritual clothing.
So why is this important? It's the Queen of Swords reversed.
Arg!
Because sometimes maybe you're afraid to say no to people. Maybe you're afraid to make the tough decisions sometimes. And Odin says, sometimes you really do have to put you first. But also this might be saying, too, that maybe this is a time you're not making good decisions for yourself. Kind of ties into this in a way.
A lot of times I look at the reverse Queen of Swords and I think that this is a person who is perceived as being harsh. And I'm wondering if this could be saying it's important because maybe this is saying either you are too harsh or you're not harsh enough on what this first card was about, on Odin wanting you to really take care of yourself. So this is either saying, lighten up in some other area so you can batten down the hatches on that, or you are in fact, missing the message somehow.
So where is this? What is this leading to? Oh, uh-oh. It's the Ten of Cups reversed.
Oh, I thought it was the 2, and I was going to say he's going to drop you.
I know, I thought it was 2 at first, but it's the
He's dropping you. Odin's dropping you.
Well, it clearly means, that this could cause some, Odin realizes that this could cause some rifts in the family or in your tribe, when you put yourself above others. But, it might be the only way that you're going to be able to achieve some success at this time, or to get some happiness out of what you want to accomplish. I mean, you don't want to totally trample on people, and you don't want to, leave them in a lurch. But by all means, try to strike a balance here, Odin is saying. You can't please everybody. Sometimes you have to please yourself.
It is about some sort of sense of balance here because Odin feels that, if you're not understanding exactly what he wants, and maybe you will have to really decide what that is or figure that out, you will hurt other people, or you could, or you're going to hurt yourself in relationship to other people.
Well, what does the Lenormand have on this?
Book. And rats, the vice.
Oh.
So in learning this, in understanding this, in enlightening yourself, there's going to be a little bit of some misery here. There's going to be you facing up to some things that are a little bit annoying about yourself or aggravating about yourself. These are not major things, but they may feel that way because maybe you've been avoiding them for a while. But I think that's what this is saying, is that, in finding out what it is you need to do here, you will have to confront a few not super uncomfortable, but somewhat uncomfortable things about yourself.
Yeah, you might learn some uncomfortable things about yourself or others, even in the process of this. Odin is saying, others who maybe will treat you badly for putting yourself first. How dare you, or even, you yourself, and, you may learn, yeah, maybe I allow myself to be taken advantage of too much, or I don't like being the hard person all the time. Maybe I do have to make more time and try to find that balance between, people's needs and my own needs. I think there's definitely a call and a need for that here, with the Empress being reversed. So this is going to put you to a little bit of a stress test of sorts. Not the kind you get on the treadmill and walk in the doctor's office either. So, good luck with that, Kara. That's what we have for you. Wow. Woo.
They say a lot of things about Odin, but what they rarely say is he's a good spanker.
Oh, my.
You don't want to find that out.
All right, we're on Siama.
And Siama wants a love reading.
All right.
So, therefore, that means I should use my Ghost Tarot.
And it is your deck. Yeah, that was kind of an ouchie this time, Kara. Fly flying around in here, tiny one. That spider ought to get it. There was a spider in here earlier.
Yep, she almost went ape you know what.
I shrieked. It was just a little guy.
Hi, Siama.
Hey, Siama.
Love reading. And of course, you can get love readings at my weekly show on Fridays.
For the elemental signs.
The outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's my weekly reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac, where I pretty much ask those questions. What is coming to you emotionally speaking, why it is important, and where it may be leading to you. That's every Friday for a week ahead at 7 a.m.
Well, okay, let's see what you get.
Better get done.
Yes, we've got a lot to go, and it's 3:13.
And you bug me.
11 more readings. Let's go.
Who's counting? Okay, so love reading. And the first card is the Emperor Reversed.
Okay.
This is followed by the High Priestess Reversed.
Aye.
And then it's by the Ace of Cups Upright.
Wow, which is very interesting to me because of this.
The Stars. And the Heart. Well, tell me something, Siama. Did you just meet somebody and maybe there is some amount of clickage going on, some sort of interest going on there? But partially, when you look at the Emperor Reversed, this could be somebody saying that they sort of feel like they're losing control a little bit. And of course, sometimes when people say they're falling in love, they feel like they're losing control because they don't feel like they're making decisions by thinking. They're thinking about what their heart wants. So this could be saying that maybe there is some sense of feeling like you are not necessarily in control of your feelings about somebody or something in the romantic way. The High Priestess Reversed is also maybe indicating too in a way that you don't feel there's something rational about how you feel here, or you feel like you're not in touch with a deeper aspect. You're more on that material aspect, i.e. more of the physical ideal about love, whether it's physical love or whether it's strong emotional love, but it's not necessarily about a spiritual or deeper mental kind of appreciation. But finally, then we have that Ace of Cups, and that seems to say this is all because maybe some relationship is beginning or will be happening, or there is some strong interest in someone.
This is such an interesting reading, Siama. Wow. I think sometimes we have to deal with a lot of uncertainty. You know, I feel that even deep down you're searching for something, you know, you're searching for answers, or you're searching for hints or signs or clues as to what's next for you in love and romance and relationship. And I think with the Emperor reversed here, it's talking about releasing control on this. You know, sometimes we cannot control things like this in our lives. We just have to let them happen and know that when the timing is right, something new will come to you. You know, so release control, release the desire right now for this. Keep your heart open, because I think that's also what the Ace of Cups is about. Remain open to giving and receiving love in your life. And I think something new may indeed be on the horizon for you. Or if you are involved with somebody now, it could potentially deepen. I feel here with the heart and the stars that, you know, if you just, that your heart's desire is out there. Keep hope alive, remain hopeful, remain positive without trying to push the envelope.
All right.
I just bam, bam, bam. That's the way I feel about it. I can say no more. But it's looking positive, I think, Siama. So I want to wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
Wow.
And Libra is up, and Libra has asked, what is coming towards them?
Hey, you are welcome. That was just real cut and dry for me, so I hope that something is going to be opening up for you. Just remain positive, you know, and let go of the rest. Leave the rest to the universe, Siama.
Yeah,
Good luck
that
with
was very interesting how positive it seemed to be. And to me, in a way, it just sort of described the idea of the feelings of love, you know, of not being in control.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So good luck with that.
All right, so Libra wanted to know what was coming towards them.
All right, and it's my deck. Let's see.
And you're
I
reading.
used the Ghost and Spirit, so it's the Jack-o'-lantern.
Yes, welcome back, Victoria, and you're welcome, Siama. And Violet, I hope you have a great day. I'm sure you will.
You will. Yes,
miss
we'll
you.
have to get by without you next week. I don't know what we'll do. We'll throw up our arms and let's see what this says. Will we make it?
The lesser of two evils is still evil.
So is that about us or about...
The lesser of two evils is still evil. So that means with the violator gone, whoops, did I say that? We will be the violators. And out of the two of us, who is the lesser of two evils?
Why are you bringing me into this?
I got it at a Meijer, believe it or not, a big department store one year. This is something they had. I thought it was awesome.
Meyer?
Yeah,
Oh, no kidding.
got that at Meijer.
Thank you. Yes, it's fun.
Okay. So what was the question again?
What is coming towards Libra?
That's right. What is coming towards Libra? So I guess that's my reading.
Uh-huh.
What is coming towards Libra? Oh, dear Libra. You got the Ace of Cups too, but it's reversed. Man.
So what is coming towards you is maybe you're not feeling really good about something, or maybe you thought was going to something that was going to be happy for you, a happy occasion, happy situation. Maybe you feel like there's delays or problems with this thing happening.
Well, I'm not a Scorpio, Violet. So that's a plus. At any rate, Libra, yeah, you know what? It just seems like something's not making you happy or will be. That's what's coming towards you. Maybe disappointment in some event, like Mr. O has suggested, disappointed in a person's actions or words. It's something that's going to upset you a little bit on the emotional level, but let's see why this is important. Oh, it's the Fool reversed. Maybe because you were hoping, that taking a chance or a risk or a gamble of some sort would pay off for you, but apparently, maybe it wasn't the right time.
Or it's the realization that somehow this was some sort of misstep, mistake, that this actually did cause the problem. Your involvement in it maybe in some way was overreaching in some sort, or was just not fated to work out.
And so where is this headed? Well, you're going to do something about it.
It's the Two of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed could be saying that, maybe you've thought about this, or maybe you have just recently come to understand something you didn't. But whatever it is, you feel like you can move in a new direction somehow.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to maybe make you make a choice or decision, or a move that maybe you have been putting off. So in other words, if whatever this is, doesn't work out for you, or, somebody is upsetting you, you're going to move to make some changes that maybe you have put off for some time.
And so then we come to the Lenormand, which shows us a stork and the tree.
Ooh.
And this may be saying that what will happen is something else that has more potential for growth. Maybe it's something that just will feel better for you, or maybe it's the same thing after a while. Maybe whatever isn't working now will eventually right itself, or maybe more likely it's something new. That's what the stork says.
Well, a couple things here, Libra. I don't know how they would fit, and I don't know how old your children are, for example. But at any rate here, when I look at this and I think, well, whatever move you're going to make will, establish some roots in a new direction. It's almost as if you will be growing some new project or goal or something coming out of all of this. That's on one hand. But on another hand, I have to ask here, is there, there could be a new baby joining the family circle. Maybe, I don't know why I have to say that, because I don't know how it fits with the other cards here, but...
Well, as long as it's not a big baby...
big baby. Well, like Mr. O? No.
Right. Like some other person in the family that is a big baby.
It's interesting to me. So I don't know if it relates or not, but if it does, it's just basically saying that the moves you're going to make could be the beginning, the roots of something, some new beginning taking off for you or growing for you. So out of a disappointment, out of a setback of some sort or a misstep, like the Fool is suggesting here, something good could come of this, as long as you make the right choice, move, or decision at the right time. It looks like you're moving that way.
That's an interesting point. Summing it up, it seems like something that maybe you were expecting isn't working out, but something else might bear a better result for you.
Might grow. So I wish you luck, Libra.
Good luck, Libra. And we are on Preeti.
Hey, Preeti.
What's coming towards Preeti?
All right. Your deck.
Yeah. And I'm going to use the Haunted House one this time.
All right. Yeah, we're using
similar decks.
The same deck. We both have the Haunted House. I really had to get my own of this one. I really like this deck.
Are we doing your reading again for this? What's coming towards Preeti?
Yeah, let's do that. Good idea.
All right.
And we're down to our last 10 readings now, I think, counting Violet. I have my crow deck here if anybody wants an oracle, or for some reason I was compelled to just grab the Oracle of Portals. So I have both of those decks for anybody seeking an oracle card today.
So the first card for Preeti is the Fool reversed.
Wow.
Something
That was
very
last reading.
unexpected, something maybe that feels like you don't have control over, or feels like you're stepping in the wrong direction, could be coming to you. So this could be news that maybe makes you feel like you have to make a decision, and maybe you're uncertain about the decision, or maybe, it's just something about an uncertainty that you feel is coming towards you, that seems to be coming towards you.
They may be afraid to just take a risk at this time. There may be something that comes your way and you're hesitating. Don't let a good opportunity pass you by because you feel, you don't want to take the chance on yourself. On some hands, the card can also indicate that, that it could be risky to take a risk. I'm not saying to take a major risk that puts you in jeopardy, but I mean, if an opportunity comes your way and you maybe don't feel ready for it, but this opportunity may not come by again and it's not going to hurt you to try it, maybe you shouldn't let it pass you by.
Why is
Why
this
is
important? It's the Queen of Pentacles upright.
Oh.
Because this is something that will pay off. This is something that will really allow you to exploit the talents or creativity, resources or skills you have. This is something that would really allow you to create.
Yeah, I don't know. This could be business related or financial
Could be.
related. Maybe not to pass up this opportunity because, or try to take the risk because there could be financial benefits. But also, I want to say this, that whether you succeed or fail after taking this risk, to me, that card in this position, the Queen, is indicating that taking this risk might be good for you in some way. It can show what you're made of. It can show that you're not afraid to tackle challenges. And win or lose, there is something to be gained. Even if it's not material, financial, you'll learn something about yourself in the process.
I like that.
And so where is this heading?
Where it's ultimately heading to is the reversed Six of Wands.
Okay. Well, where it's heading is maybe you won't get the kind of recognition you had hoped for, or that the results maybe aren't as desirous. It's possible you could fail, but there's always a light to this card to me, and that light is that, win or lose, it's how you play the game, Preeti. It's what you do that counts. And so you could be proud of yourself for trying. You could be proud of yourself for the lessons you've gained or learned. Or you could just feel like even though you're not getting a lot of outside support, it's what you need right now.
Yes,
for your own growth and development.
I feel there's something still transformative about this
Yeah.
Wands energy, and it's mostly what you're able to learn and understand.
Let's take a look at this.
Frankenstein, which is the bear, and the rats, which is the mice.
And I would just say here, this is something that, in a sense might rattle your self-confidence. Again, I almost think it goes back to that first card here, where you're afraid of taking the risk or gamble on yourself, but you've got to find your strength, your power, and we only find that through trying and failing and then finally succeeding. So don't be afraid to take some risks, even if there's some stress and anxiety involved. What's the saying, Preeti? Feel the fear, but do it anyway.
The feeling overall is that there's a challenge coming maybe that you're intimidated by, but will really be growthful for you no matter how it actually works out. There's a lot to learn from it, whether or not it really takes you somewhere or not, to where you want to go. But it could.
A sonic tater tot? You mean Frankenstein's head? This looks silly.
Juice them up. Alrighty. So that must mean Victoria's next, right?
Victoria is up. Hey, Victoria. Okay, you wanted to know about your job, I believe, right?
Yes.
Job prospects.
How is my job outlook in the next 2 weeks?
Got it. Next 2 weeks.
That's
All
what
right.
it says.
Well, I've got my Shadowlands Tarot here for you.
I'm hungry too. I'm wondering what we're going to do for dinner.
Especially since my Lions game is on.
It looks like I have to bring you back a carry-out. Maybe it won't be too cold.
No. Mexican carryout?
Maybe. It's never Chinese anymore, I know that.
Well, you know, they're pretty good at Camino Real with carryouts.
Okay.
Gee, and we should get some chips from them maybe and salsa. Might be my last day for a while to eat some chips because I'm getting a tooth pulled tomorrow. I'm not happy. Bright and early in the morning, too. All right. Next 2 weeks. Uh-oh. Start with this card.
It's the Three of Swords. And it's followed by the reversed Ace of Pentacles.
This is going to be very interesting, Victoria. Wait for it. Wait for it.
The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. The Wheel of Fortune. Hey, but I like these because, of course, it's not the same as Tarot's Tower. It's the Lenormand's Tower and the Horseman, which is the rider.
Wow.
And that's good.
Well,
These two are kind of good, aren't they?
they are. They are. And so there is hope in this reading.
Yes.
It's like a little over half is hopeful. But you know, there's some very big worries, sorrows, and stress here with the Three of Swords. You know, you're feeling really under the gun. There's no doubt about it. You know, there's a lot of sadness associated with this. Heavy heart is what I'm feeling. And the Ace of Pentacles reversed is like you just contemplating, why the heck can't I get anything off the ground? Why does it seem as though nothing new is coming my way or starting for me to take root, you know? But the Wheel of Fortune is at the end here. See, it's one of those readings again. I'm just going to go bam right through. The Wheel of Fortune is here to say that, you know what? At some point here, your tides are going to turn. And it could take, I almost feel like with Lena's reading where I said it would take the better part of 4 months, that it could take the better part of these 2 weeks for things to turn around for you, Victoria. You know, it's like almost something being at the right place at the right time, sending the right thing out at the right time. You just happen to notice the right job opening at the right time. Something clicks and falls into place and your luck begins to turn. And it begins to turn because here we have the rider. There is movement towards a place of employment. That's the Tower. You know, I feel here you are moving towards work. You know, you are moving towards maybe a corporate entity of some sort, which would be nice, wouldn't it? So I am hopeful that maybe, you know, just keep pumping those resumes because that maybe somebody is going to give you a call back.
The Three of Swords probably talks more about your own feelings rather than what's physically on the ground. You may be feeling like, you know, somebody did call you and say, we're sorry, we're not going to interview you for that position. But it's also really more about how you feel, I think, you know, because it talks about the pain in your heart. And so the Ace of Pentacles reverse could be really talking more about a physical thing that's beyond your feeling there. Just the sense that it does seem like things are drying up, things are not productive. But then, like Banshee says, the Wheel of Fortune, something clicks, something happens, something comes through. It could be something you really weren't expecting. That's kind of an idea with the Wheel of Fortune, unexpected luck. The Horseman and the Rider, clearly though, says this is moving you towards something. And I know how you feel about, working within a structured environment, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that maybe they're the governing entity of employment. So who knows? I mean, a man's castle or Victoria's castle is her home, or her home is her castle.
Yeah, that could be your tower, your home, your fortress of solitude.
Pull up the drawbridge.
Wow, Victoria, I hope this is a positive sign for you. It has been rough. It's very clear. I'm thinking that this influence is going to start moving beyond. And, you've often thought you have to make it through this eclipse cycle and maybe things would be changing for you. Maybe this is a sign, that is true. Fingers crossed for you. Good luck with that. All right.
High vibration. All right, so Angel and the inevitable
What's funny
Oracle
is that I'm going to do the Oracle of Portals, one card for Angel, because I almost pulled it because I felt I needed to for him. I don't know why. So whether he's here or not, that is the deck I'm going to use today. Let's see what we have for Mr. Rivera.
Ghost bottles.
Yeah, she's created these cute ghost bottles, and I love the concept. A little puffball in there indicating that it's what are they called? An orb. It's an orb in a bottle. I think that's so fun. How clever, Victoria. She's
Who
taking
doesn't
that
like
to
to imbibe spirits?
She's making this stuff ready for her table at the Paracon. Cool idea.
Imbibing spirits.
Yep. Ah, Angel is here. Okay. Don't know why, Angel, but I felt you needed a portal today. So let's see what we've got. What portal are you about to enter? Your entity. You're just so clever with the names. I love that, I love that. You beat us hands down with the cleverness here. Wow. Well, Mr. Rivera, you have the portal of imagination.
Number 20.
Your imagination is a portal, and it's also a creator of portals. Your imagination allows you to see the possibilities that weren't there before. Once you see those possibilities, you can use your imagination to further help bring them to fruition and form. So let's see. She's asking, what is it you'd most like to experience? What would be your ideal outcome? Perhaps what you want is as subtle as clarity or a clear inner knowing about the next steps to take. It could be a feeling such as joy or connection, or it could be a quality like freedom, expansion, luxury, or validation. Whatever it is that you want, tune into it now. Do your best to feel as if it's already present. What picture, sounds, or sense does it invoke? You don't have to understand these things logically. Your heart will know when something resonates. She wants you to really dive deep and think about what it is you want or desire and imagine the possibilities right now. All right, so you, simply by posing questions to yourself, you're opening channels of possibility. You are changing your beliefs and expectations to accommodate more success, beauty, love, and prosperity than ever before. Every positive what if creates space for beautiful conditions to flow into your life in greater abundance. Receiving this card is also a reminder to take action on your creative impulses. Just look around yourself to see the amazing fruits of human imagination. Machines that carry you through the sky, books filled with elaborate fantasy worlds, and the ability to instantly contact anyone you know with just a few taps on a screen. In the immortal words of Geth, whatever you can do or dream, you can begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it.
Letterman,
Yes.
the man,
And the machine?
and
the
the
fox.
fox.
Get to work. This is the
Ooh.
time to use your imagination to put something out there, to create something, that maybe you've been thinking about doing for some time. This is a time to really question yourself more about what it is that you really want and desire to bring into reality. The fox is about getting to work on it. Could this involve something at work, something new you want to propose to management, an idea you've had floating around? Or is this something in your personal work and, things that you do?
Well, it sounds like it's about something clever too. Like, the fox is
Yes.
a clever idea. So this may be something that seems no one else has thought about, or no one has really resolved the mystery that may be behind it. So it could be something like that.
I mean, for example, look at Victoria here. And her ideas of her product lines, and the great things she has going. So the fox is saying, be clever, be clever and get to work. This is a time to put your ideas into
A
practice.
personal project, Angel says.
Ah, it probably is. It probably is. I kind of get that feeling too. So I wish you luck with that. I don't know why. So, something was telling me to give you this portal card today, and this is what it's got for you. So I wish you luck.
Good luck,
All right.
Angel. And Foxy's up. And Foxy's question is, why are men either unhealthily obsessed with me or not interested at all? Well,
How can you find a healthier balance in your relationships with men? Let's try that. And let's do 3 cards. So that would be your deck, Mr. O.
I'm looking at what I want to use here. Let's,
Hey, you're welcome, Angel.
you're welcome. We'll take Santa Muerte,
Okay. Death to men. No.
Death to Men. That's right.
No.
Death to most men.
Oh, dear. I should get out my Santa Muerte Oracle, too. I don't know why I don't have that out. I'll have to dig that one up. And yeah, I meant to bring those cards out, too, but instead I brought out the Edgar Allan Poe. Well, closer to November as it's coming, I'll bring out Santa Muerte. All right.
So just regular 3 cards?
Yes.
All right.
Well, that's interesting. Is that the 2?
The 2 of Pentacles.
Oh, 2 of Pentacles. Okay.
It's upright.
All right. That's speaking of balance.
The reversed Wheel of Fortune. And then the 5 of Wands. And that's
Oh.
upright. So those are kind of interesting.
Well, this
yeah.
is definitely interesting, but here, add this to the equation.
The Loyal Black Cat
Dog.
and the Stars.
Do you want to go or me?
Go ahead.
Ready. I just want to say here, Foxy, it's tough. It is tough to find that balance, that harmony with another, somebody who can fit easily into the life that you want to create for yourself, and, there may have to be a little bit more give and take on your part to find that balance. Now, that's maybe not fair putting it all on you, and I'm not putting it all on you. Believe me when I say that, because we're going to go on here and see why I'm not. But, you know, obviously here, you got to find somebody who is really going to match the kind of lifestyle and life that you want to live. And I really feel right now a lot of this is not on you, in that this is just a bad time right now. You aren't meeting the right people, it's clear, and that's why the Wheel of Fortune is here reversed. The cycle is not with you, you know, but the wheel turns inevitably. Maybe taking a little bit longer than you would like, but I do feel that the wheel will turn on you at some point here. But you know what? Till it does, you're going to be running into some people that just aren't that compatible. You know, you've got to look for people that you are compatible with. And don't sell out. You know, don't sell yourself short on this, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of stress and you're going to get into a lot of arguments, and it's not going to be worth it. I'm going to stop there before I get in the Lenormand. There's some real advice in the Lenormand here.
The Wheel of Fortune being reversed sort of indicates that there's just fluctuations here right now, and that a lot of this is really maybe about the nature of dating. Dating sort of is fast energy, especially the younger you are. You know, people are just really coming and going at an incredible rate, and maybe that isn't necessarily a well thing for society in general. I just sort of feel like Banshee says that it's a time right now, and maybe this is about everybody really trying to find the perfect, you know, the thing that complements them, the other half of the Two of Pentacles in this case. And so it's okay to realize that it's just going to be that way. This is like the kind of question that we can't really tell why some men are this way or some are not. They just are. It's just sort of the range of human experience that you're going to see a gradation of people who are all playing their own kind of game. You know, we're all playing our own kind of game because we all want to win our own kind of game. And so that Five of Wands there is talking about finding the winning hand, you know, competition that works for you, the competition that works when you feel like you really are working with people whose energies are more of a match for you.
Yeah, that is a card of competition too. I could say that. But that's why it's a struggle. You know, everybody's competing for the same things out there, you know, and it's a jungle. I will say that. But let's look at the star and the dog here, you know, the cat. I feel here, you know, again, you know, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, but here, and remember I said it will turn eventually, and that's because the stars are here. Hope does return, you know, the fate does turn in your favor. And how does it happen? It comes through friends. It comes through friendship. It either comes through others that introduce you to the right person, or it comes through you establishing friendships before moving on to, you know, partnerships. You know, maybe it comes through somebody you ended up, you know, knowing for a while, that it turns into something romantic later and deepens. I think friendship is involved in some way here, and learning to trust, you know, trying to find, you know, somebody who you truly believe you can trust and has your best interests at heart. But hope does return, and I think you will find that. I think you will.
I like that. I think that's a good way to end with those Lenormand there, because I think it is really about the quality of loyal friends who are able to bring hope to you, have you excuse me, I'm burping a little bit, sorry about that. It's exactly what Banshee said though, really, is that, you know, finding what you want is really going to take a while, and you don't want to necessarily keep moving between heartaches and heartbreaks. So maybe it is about really, you know, working with, you know, good friendships first before moving on from there. What's funny?
Well, I made a big boo-boo.
How so?
Well, you know how you misplaced my Dancing in the Dark deck?
Uh-huh.
I probably have just done it to myself. I see that my Halloween deck was out here, even though I found the box and thought I put it away.
Oh.
So guess what's in that box? The Dancing in the Dark deck. I put a deck in there. I put the wrong deck in there.
So I guess that's what we have there. It's too hard for us to figure out all kinds of men exactly, but it's really more on you to...
Well, I'm just giving you the hope that things are improving.
Sure.
And really, you know, when you're asking about why you keep doing this, I think the Wheel of Fortune answers that question. You know, that it's really not you. It's just a bad time right now. Things will improve. You know, just bide your time. You will find that the energies are eventually going to shift. But it's going to come through people that you establish relationships with, or maybe through people around you, through friends, just, you know, maybe some engagement, social activities that connect you with somebody, you know, who is more worthwhile. So hang in there. Hang in there.
All right.
Lily B is up and wanted a career reading, I believe.
Yes.
Right. And I'm just so flummoxed. I can't believe I did that to myself. So now I have to change that deck around before I forget and lose sight of it. At least I know where I put the deck. Oh, man.
Bye, Victoria.
Take care, Victoria.
Good luck.
Gonna hit the bottle. Hey, can you bring me home a takeout margarita? Probably not.
We have not determined that's where I'm going.
I know. All right. All right, so now I'm using my horror tarot.
I didn't bring mine.
Oh, you did not?
No.
Okay. Okay. Seven of Swords reversed. Oh. Eight of Swords reversed. It's all swords. Oh my God, it's 7, 8, and 9. This happened once before, but I don't know if it was with swords.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then in Lenormand, I got the ship. And the anchor. That's crazy.
Well, this is kind of a crazy reading, Lily. There are some challenges, you know, clearly. But the Seven of Swords seems to indicate to me that what this is saying is, you know, in order to succeed, you know, whether you're at a job now and worried about it or looking, be your authentic you know, show people who you truly are. This is not a situation, you know, where you can fake it till you make it. This is a situation where you have to be upfront and honest about what you have to offer others. And if you need a little help in some areas or you need a little more skills, you know, you need to be upfront about that because people will see right through that. That's my advice on that Seven of Swords. I don't know.
Right, and it could be too, like, just, you know, the things that, you know, back up your qualifications. So, you know, maybe your resume needs to be tightened up if there's any ambiguities there. But
No, go ahead. I want to get your attention on something.
But I clearly think it's about things like that, just being pretty much on the up and up.
And so, don't you see how that follows up right there with that Eight of Swords reversed? The Eight of Swords is saying, don't be afraid and doubt yourself, though, you know? That's what I'm saying. Be your open and honest self. This is a time where you could step out and show people what you have proudly, you know? In other words, just because you may not, you know everything does not mean you don't have skills and talents and abilities that you have to offer to others. You do. And don't be afraid to shine and show that.
Well, maybe there's a perception that something in your resume or in your background doesn't look favorable. Maybe there's like a several-year absence of any activity that you don't want to account for necessarily. Why were you off for this many years? The Eight of Swords reversed is saying that's a perception you have that maybe you should not worry as much about. Be honest.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to say, yes, I did this and these are the reasons. Be honest. Whatever that is.
And finally, you know what? There's no reason to be losing sleep over things, you know?
Yeah.
It seems like you might be stressing some things, and they may be small. Sometimes we tend to blow things a little bit out of proportion, you know, to their, and then it keeps us awake at night. You know, rather than stressing on things, confront them. You know, this is a sign here that maybe, you know, you need to confront something, whether it's in yourself or whether it's with other people. You know, you need to stand up and address the fears constructively and not let things overwhelm you.
Well, obviously, some of these cards seem to be talking about perceptions that either you fear about yourself or that you fear others may have about yourself. The Nine of Swords is maybe saying, don't sweat that. Those are their perceptions. And at the end of the day, nobody can really prove anything. And yes, sometimes people do work by that. You don't want to care about them because you're not going to be able to change them anyways. You just need to focus on being your authentic self, something that we are emphasizing here. So with that final card being said, then we look at the Lenormand, and the Lenormand says, yes, anchor yourself to the movement of being positive, to the movement of just looking forward rather than behind. Ship and
Such
anchor.
a tough one with the Lenormand, only because, you know, an anchor anchors the ship. Maybe what this could be, and so that means keeping you stuck in place. Maybe, but not necessarily in a bad way. I'm also going to add here. Maybe what it's saying is that you're clearly looking for something you feel you can anchor yourself to. If you have been moving around or you fear, you know, that you are going to be floundering career-wise, if you aren't already, you know, you need to look for something stable and secure now that will pull you, you know, that will ground you. And so I understand there's a lot of, excuse me, fears and anxieties associated with the job market right now, you know, but find something stable and secure to support you at this point in time. And good luck with that. I just wish you luck. Okay. I see, you know, there's some challenges here. To me, they're more internal ones, you know, than external. So, wishing you luck. Good luck with that, Lily.
All right. Good luck, Lily.
Alicia!
Hi, Alicia.
What should you pay attention to this week to ensure abundance? All right, that would be your deck.
Okay. Well then, how do I want to do that? I'm going to go back to the Dark Grimoire.
And we are down to our last 5 readings.
Yay!
So we will go into overtime, but it looks like I should make it to game time at the rate we're going.
That's awesome for you.
I don't know when we're going to film the Weird Week. Maybe it's Mr. O's solo show this week.
The Weird One.
The Weird One does the Weird Week. I like it. Let's see if should Mr. O do it on his own?
Keep your plans secret for now.
Ah, what a scorpionic answer. Keep your plans secret for now.
Your weird wife.
No.
All right, so Alicia asked, what should I pay attention to this week to ensure abundance? Thank you, Alicia, for that. And, of course, our first card is, the Upright Seven of Cups. I like it.
Ooh.
The next card is the Reversed World. And the final card is the reverse devil. So I see a nice little story here.
Do you with the Seven of Cups upright?
Yes, because you asked what should you pay attention to, and you should pay attention
To
to
everything?
all the things that are coming towards you, all the little opportunities, all the dreams, all the inspirations. From those, you may find the ones that are best to focus on, the one to focus on.
Well, it is interesting. I like the way you spun that.
Well,
That was
I'm
pretty
basing
good.
it on her
It's a
question.
good card either way, Alicia. But, when I first saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, it's like there's too many things to focus on here, let alone tell her which one to focus on. There's a lot of options. You should look at all your options, I think is what this is saying, with an open mind, This is not a time to necessarily choose one over the other unless you're absolutely certain.
Well,
Let me pull the Lenormand before we go further, Mr. O. 'cause I
Another
wanna
idea
see-
here too is that these ideas are what inspires you. Not every idea is going to inspire you. So some things just aren't really going to resonate. You're going to look for what you feel is going to resonate. And Lenormand gives us the deadly flowers, which is the lilies, and then the blood moon, which is just the moon.
So the world is here too. It's almost as if, wow, and it's reversed. And so I feel here that whatever it is, it may be something that you need to finish. Is there something that you have left hanging? Is there something that, you need to take care of in order to achieve success, in order to close something out successfully? Maybe, as you survey your options, you're going to realize there's something you have left hanging, and maybe that might be the clue here for one thing in particular to focus on.
Which is maybe why the lilies has turned up, because it
Yeah.
talks about things that need to grow or are still maturing.
Yeah.
So I like that too, because I do feel that world reversed is indicating what Banshee said. There's something you don't feel is really complete, or you will come to realize is not complete. It may be these things, but I have a feeling intuitively that it's not really those. Those are the idea that maybe you should find something else, but maybe you shouldn't. Maybe there's something you are abandoning or should not abandon.
Well, with the Seven of Cups, you can get lost. You can get lost in your thoughts and trying to sort things out. And so, right, maybe the world is here to say, but you need to finish something you've started already before you move on to other options. And maybe that's where your success lies. And then with the devil reversed here, it's saying that you will then be free to move on to achieving, the abundance you're looking for. Or maybe completing this project is what will get you there.
Right, it may be that up until now something has been holding you back, and once you can kind of put that to rest, whether that's an incomplete project or just the ability to focus, because maybe Banshee's right, maybe you're over focusing on everything, or under focusing would be a better way of saying that, just looking at the array and not really focusing, not feeling entitled by any of that. That's what you need to do. You need to kind of get down to brass tacks here.
Yeah.
And some of this is not really very valid actual evidence. It's more the feely stuff around it.
Well, it's also because, we've got the world reversed next to it. I might paint a different picture, if it was otherwise, but I think that's the key. And also success comes from, allowing something to reach its maturation, which means its end point,
Which is what we were seeing maybe from the world reverse.
So are there some stocks or investments or bonds that you need to let mature more before they sprout? Or are they matured and maybe that's where, your success or your abundance lies?
Do you have things that maybe are sitting around and you should be getting rid of them, for profit, perhaps eBay things?
That's an interesting thought.
Things that are just sort of holding on to you because you're holding on to them, but maybe releasing their energy is a way to free the Kai and create money vibrations.
I
Just
think
another
you'll be
idea.
successful only
Yeah.
because, Most of these cards are positive to neutral, really. The only
Exactly.
thing is, and even the world does not say success eludes you.
No.
The world says it's delayed because you need to finish something, and once you do, you are free to move on to things that will bring that abundance. Success is yours through maturing something, to finishing something, to completing a cycle. So keep that in mind, Alicia. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
And by the way, I don't know if we thanked you. We did get a donation from you last week. Thank you so much.
I thought I wrote you a Gmail about that.
Okay,
but yeah,
I didn't
thank you again for your
personally, so
donations.
I
Really
thank you for that.
appreciate. Thank you so much.
And we are on Mohaha.
Is someone behind tearing my book, or did it happen accidentally?
Okay.
How do you want to do that?
Well, let's do 3 cards. We might be
Okay.
able to tell if it was an accident or not, just by the tone. I know we could do a yes/no, but let's just
Let's
see if we
try it.
get it this way.
So watch me get the book and the scythe.
Oh no, oh my gosh, don't jinx it. But the book comes up, that would be interesting, absolutely. And of course I'm using an author's deck, the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot.
It's interesting.
All right. Oopsie. Well, we have the Four of Wands reversed. Oh, the Tower reversed. And the Six of Swords reversed. We may have to do a yes/no, but let's see. What do you got?
The moon. Looks a little evil.
Well, it's the Halloween deck. Come on now. You did get a cutting implement.
The
Ah.
scythe.
Well, it's kind of interesting. The Four of Wands can almost indicate to me that it was more accidental than not, though, because, it's not a negative card either way. It might have been a slight, mistake or just a slight thing. But what is the next card?
The tower reversed.
The Tower reversed, Well, I could almost see that as being careless more than an actual malicious act, And
The Six of Swords reversed.
the Six of Swords reversed indicates stagnation or being stuck. I don't know how that applies exactly. I'm trying to figure it out in my mind. Like maybe this was not intentional, but, there's nothing that they can do about it. It's like, well...
It's not intentional, but maybe they don't feel like they need to be about regret.
Yeah, or admit to it or whatever.
So, right, somebody that just sort of feels that they don't understand its value, its importance in a way to you. And that could be also saying, too, maybe with the scythe, the idea that they just sort of feel like it's negligible that something was cut, that it doesn't stop you really from doing what you were doing. They just sort of don't feel the importance of it. It's sort of, irrelevant to them. And so that's uncaring a little bit, but not necessarily that it was on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know if it was malicious or not. It could be somebody who maybe has felt, this is kind of up in the air. We may have to do a quick yes/no. And I will say the reason is because I feel like you feel this has cut at you or your success in some way. You're disappointed in this. But also with the cut pulling away, it's not facing the moon. I'm wondering if this means that, again, it really wasn't so deliberate or meant to be, maybe it was meant to make a statement, but not meant to harm you. It's weird. It's just weird. So I do think I want to do a quick yes/no.
Let me just do that with this deck
Okay.
real quick. The Gothic Tarot.
All right. So we're going to ask it this way, Mr. O. Did somebody maliciously tear the page? Let's ask that. See if we get a yes or no. I could go either way. But I almost think that, that you shouldn't take it too much to heart with that Four of Wands reversed there. Don't let it really bring you down too much.
Some of their personality about this is just because it is embarrassing a little bit, so they'd rather act like it's not important.
Well, let's see. I'm still not sure. See? Okay, what is that?
The Fool.
Oh, I knew it.
I got 2.
You got 2. So it's not a definite yes. It's leaning towards yes. And again, it was somebody acting reckless or making it could be somebody who was acting out of some anger at the time. Or again, the Fool can be about a misstep. A careless act.
They didn't mean for it to happen, but it did.
Or they may have made a reckless decision to do this to spite you, but they might regret it now. I feel like there may be some regrets here. Because ultimately, what are they really getting out of this? It looks to me like the Six of Swords being reversed means there was nothing to be gained by doing this, And so it was kind of maybe a malicious act, but there was reckless. It was a reckless, quick, unthought out decision. And maybe that's why I keep getting that it could have been accidental, but maybe it was just accidental in that they really should have thought about this more before they did it.
Well, we kind of squirreled around that a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
What do you think?
I agree for the most part that maybe it was sort of more about unintended consequences. They might have been thinking they were just playing a joke, but it just sort of kind of got away from them. All right.
It's hard to say, Violet. These cards are putting me in a middle.
I'm not sure what that means.
Huh. Yeah. I know, Violet. Anyway, that's what we have for you. So we have for you, Mo. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Mo.
And Lily, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there.
So we were waiting for Melody, but Melody doesn't appear to be here. Let's call out for Melody one more time.
Yeah, last call for Melody, and then it'll be Estelle and Violet. Our list is closed.
No one wants to see my upper arms, but I shouldn't troll back, right?
No.
Because we
You
don't know
should
what's going on there. Okay, Melody, we're going to do the countdown because it looks like you probably didn't wait, and I don't think we got the question, so... And at this point, if you showed up again, we're not going to be able to let you come back because it's late.
Yeah.
So...
One final call for Melody.
Do the countdown. There it goes.
All right. All right, let's move on to Estelle.
Hey, Estelle, are you here? Did you leave a question?
Did Estelle leave a question?
Because you never know. Maybe we'll be moving on too.
Well, let's give Estelle a moment. It was a very full show today.
I know, I'm tired. I don't know if I can go get a carry-out.
Well, fine. We still have leftover pizza, or do we?
Yeah, but I've had enough pizza lately.
Yeah.
I'll make that innovation fried rice, I guess.
Whatever.
Or I'll try to talk you into
My
coming out.
last meal before my tooth is gone.
Well, if you didn't have to watch that game.
Last call for Estelle. And we aren't playing around today, Estelle. I've got a game to watch.
Make it so.
Violet, you are up. And that's it. We're not taking anybody after Violet, no matter what. I'll let Mr. O be the bad guy.
Mom?
So-
Barb's mom?
I did the Edgar Allan Poe, right? So it's your deck for Violet. What message does Estrella have for Violet? Okay. What deck do you want to use?
I don't know. Do you want to suggest one?
Um,
Let's do...
your ghost one is okay.
Yeah, let's do the ghost one. It's kind of spiritual in a way.
So I have predicted the Lions win with some reservations. Both teams definitely are having their challenges today, according to the cards I pulled for them.
It's too
It is very cold here. And yeah, that's why I chose my sweatshirt today. So I can't do that, Lily. Sorry. And you're not going to see much of my arms or Mr. O's in this cold weather. We really need to get some new windows in this house.
So, Violet, you're wondering what the message that Estrella has for you. And the first card is the reversed Ace of Pentacles.
Oh. Hopefully they're not all reversed, Mr. O.
Well, the next one is... It's the reversed King of Cups, or is that the Queen of Cups?
Kind of
That's
looks
the
like
Queen of Cups. Dang. And another reversed one. It's the reversed Five of Pentacles. So I don't dislike that one totally.
Five of Pentacles reversed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all right.
Yes, I said.
Well,
I don't
that is
dislike
all right. But let's see. What is the message from Estrella? You know, I get the feeling here that she realizes right now is not a very growthful time for you. It's hard for you, you know, to initiate things other than your creative projects, obviously, you know, but materially and maybe also even with your body mind, it's as if your body mind spirit needs something new, something to, you know, what's the word I want to say? Something to jumpstart you, you know, your system. I really almost feel this is a physical card for you, Violet. I don't know why, but I'm feeling Estrella is saying right now there's something you need to make yourself feel whole again, you know? Whether it's more physical activity, whether it's something to do with diet or something lifestyle-wise. Maybe it's just to eliminate some of the stress around you right now to be more grounded.
Sorry, Asel.
Yeah, so we're done for the day. We have to move today. We're sorry. Hey, take care, Angel. We'll see you soon.
So, to me, when I look at that reversed Ace of Pentacles, maybe Estrella is saying to not sweat the small stuff, that maybe this is saying like this is a growth cycle and that some growth is uneven and you can't necessarily expect everything to be on a total upward plateau. Sometimes things even out a little bit, even dip a little bit. So it's just sort of like, you know, you're working through the circumstances of growth, and some things will grow faster than other things.
I like that too. You know, it's very possible that's more the message. That, you know, it's like some things are going to require a little bit more oomph from you in order to make them grow. And it's not going to be instantaneous, you know, whatever it is you are trying to grow in your life. And maybe that is, you know, things that can eliminate more stress and anxieties that are surrounding you. And so with it's the Queen you decided of Cups?
I'm pretty sure that's the Queen.
I think you are correct. The Queen of Cups here could be indicating too that, you know, don't let this bring you down. Don't let this make you feel, you know, emotionally beside yourself right now. It's just everything has to grow in its own time. Everything will happen on its own pace. And some things in your life may just take a little bit more time before they're ready for you to start them. You know, maybe the timing is just off. And Estrella does not want to see you get bent or stressed over this at all.
Your emotions are probably not suited to the work at this point right now. It may be that you just have to sort of take in and absorb some of that stuff and just sort of process it more and not necessarily jump to any emotional conclusions about what it means right now.
Well,
But
oh yeah, it's interesting you mention your tarot business because, see, over there with the Five of Pentacles, you know, it's reversed. It's talking about you will find your place, you know.
Yeah.
You will find the time, you will find your place, and you will find the people who will support whatever it is you're trying to do. Like your tarot business, you know. Everything will happen in its time and when it's ready.
I almost wonder too if this is maybe just really about something else that will grow, that it's not necessarily your business, but maybe it's something else. It might be referring to what isn't growing as well in the first card, you know, that Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know, maybe this is saying the key will come and you'll be able to focus on those things again. And that's what Estrella is telling you, is to not be emotionally upset because it will come.
And you know, it's interesting that you've got the Two Pentacles here and that Queen in the middle. It does seem as though it's material, physical concerns right now. It could be your business. It could be something in the home. It could be health matters. It just seems like that's the focus. What do you have for the, what do I have for the Lenormand? This card has appeared again, and it's interesting it's appeared with this card.
Coffin. Ghost ship.
You know, it's almost as if something in your life is coming to an end. And I mean, this is a positive ending. This means now that you will be freer to move, you know, into the things that you want, you know, to accomplish and do. So I think it might be that, you know, some of the things that are blocking your growth in the area of your business or other matters are going to change now, you know. It's as if movement is coming and it's going to put an end to the things that is stagnating, you know, in your life right now.
Well, to me, it's sort of like I'm taking it slightly the other way, that you're stabilizing your movement, that, you know, the traveling, wherever it's taking you in terms of either mental ideas or possible other things, you're stabilizing that. And that's really where this one came in, I think, is that really it's about figuring out where you should really focus and not necessarily be trying to expand, because you're not going to be appreciative of that at this point, maybe.
You know, that card could definitely indicate, the Five of Pentacles reversed could indicate that in particular, because it talks about recovery, you know, so it does sound like that something could be fixable, you know, that there is recovery. So in that sense, I think it's a good thing. So it might be that you are making moves to put an end to some of the things that have been causing the worries or anxiety or the inability to jumpstart other areas of your life right now, you know. It could be. So I wish you luck with that. Kind of a mixed bag here, though. It's not a total clear picture to me, but I can definitely see with the Pentacles that there are physical concerns involved here. Mm-hmm. And so good luck with that. I'm wishing you luck with that.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Hopefully things will change for the better. Hey, and that's our show, isn't it? Are we done? Are we done?
We are.
I better be careful what I ask this thing.
No! Look out! Behind you.
Oh, well, we can't go back, and we're sorry, Asal, we can't read for you, but, you know, we gave you time. You got to be here when we call you, and that's the same for Melody. Hopefully we'll be able to read for everybody next time. We're going to call it a day. About a half hour into overtime. So thanks everybody for some interesting readings today, and take care. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.